My goodness, a very warm welcome to the 3 Arena. The UFC is back in Ireland. That's good news, right? That is good news. So we have got an amazing opportunity now for you guys to get completely involved. You might have been following on Twitter, watching on TV, Fight Pass and other places to get news and information. Now is your opportunity to ask directly any question you like to the fighters. I work on the very simple basis. You should express yourself respectfully. I think that's fair enough. We have microphones that are up by that chap up there who we can barely see. House lights. And there's one up by this guy. If you would like to queue up and stand there, we are going to get through as absolutely many as we can. We have just under an hour. Of course, the weigh-ins at 4 o'clock. Right, let's get them out. We have 4 guys who are, well, highly ranked, highly respected. They've been around a long time, and they've all got great stories to tell. It's up to you to ask them questions. So please, let's welcome out. He is currently the number 7 ranked heavyweight in the world. Of his 35 fights, he has 32 finishes. He is known as Ben Rothwell. It's Big Ben, everybody! Grab a stool, grab a microphone. I'm going to kick off with one quick question. These guys, I'm not going to sing back. Where are you at right now in your head? We all know what's been going on recently. You know, you've had a few days to reflect on things. Where are you at right now?
One of the questions I'm going to ask is if I've been compensated for coming out here. Well, I'm getting to hang out with some of the greatest fans on the planet, so I've been compensated, so thank you.
Okay, your question's coming up next. We have next the smallest guy who's going to come out. He is a featherweight and he's number 5. He is on currently a 7-fight winning streak with 6 finishes. Give it up for Max Holloway, everybody. Welcome, Max. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Now, quick question to you. How have you found Dublin so far? You've been here a few days.
I love it, man. The people here is nothing but respect, so I love it. I thought I was going to get hassled a lot more, but I guess not.
Well, you fought one of the guys who kind of is recognised from coming from Dublin, is that right? So maybe they'll throw some questions about Conor at you later on. Next up, we have a guy who appeared in, well, an epic earlier on in the year. I'm not going to dress it up any more than to say he's 26-year-old welterweight superstar ranked. I think he's number 1 at the moment. It is Rory MacDonald. Rory, welcome. How you doing?
Very good, thanks.
I'm going to kick off the same as I asked Ben. Different things have been happening. Last time we saw you in the octagon, an absolute war. Where are you at the moment? Are you ready to go again? Are you fit, healthy?
Yeah, I'm still waiting to get cleared from my nose. But I'm always ready, you know. Hopefully end of January, February, I'll be ready.
Fantastic. We look forward to seeing you back, and I'm sure these guys have many questions. And finally, another big guy who's going to come on the stage. He has a very long career, I'm sure, a storied career you guys would have followed for many, many years, almost as long as Ben's career. I'm sure there are also some spicy questions about future matchups in the heavyweight division. But please, for now, welcome the Pitbull, Andrei Arlovski. Okay, just for the record, these 2 guys are in the middle of you 2. Okay, so if there's anything, I'm not involved in any of this. Andrei, welcome. Is it your first time to Ireland?
Yes, it's the first time, yes.
And again, you've travelled the world. Give us your impressions of the last day or 2.
It's nice people, I see a nice crowd, so I'm very excited about fights tomorrow.
Fantastic. This gentleman who's been there with the light blue shirt, you're going to kick us off. Once again, there are 2 microphones. There are lots and lots of you. Please feel free to step up. Your questions really count. So, sir, please tell us your name, where you're from, and your question for the fighter.
Hi guys. My name is Barry. I'm from Dublin. Welcome to Dublin, guys. 4 absolute warriors on stage. We're lucky to have you here. My first question is for Rory. Well done your last fight, Rory. you think you get a lot of respect from all the fans for their heart and determination you put out in that fight. I think I recall you saying that was the most enjoyable fight of your career so far. But I'm wondering, how many of them wars do you think you can have in your career, and do you have to adjust your fighting style accordingly?
Well, I'm always adjusting my fighting style. I think that's the journey of a martial artist, you know, to go through defeats and learn what didn't work and what you need to improve on. So, you know, in the future, I plan on not taking as much damage, but, you know, I also can't not expect that not to happen again. I'm always going to be ready for a war, and you know, hopefully next time I'll handle it better. You know, I won't get put away like I did, and you know, I learned a lot from that experience, and you know, I don't regret it. I'm very happy for what I went through, and I think it's going to make me a more mature fighter in my fights going forward.
All right, thanks very much, Rory. My second question's for Max. I was just wondering, would you follow Conor up to lightweight if you did go up there eventually? And is that one of the big money fights you see going forward still?
Yeah, you know, everybody asks me about that fight. You know, I'm only 23, guys. You know, I turned 24 at the end of the year. I'm probably going to go up in weight, you know, and me and Conor is probably going to fight a bunch of times, and all you guys is going to be loving it.
All right, thanks, Max.
Okay, thank you for the question. Next up, you tell us your name, where you're from, and your questions.
How you doing, lads? My name's Shane. I'm from Dublin, and this is a question directed towards any of you that are willing to take it, really. What do you think of Nick Diaz and the whole Nevada State fiasco? Are you allowed to answer that as well?
These guys can answer whatever you throw. Do you want to start, Andrei, and we'll work this way?
No comments.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. I think for such a ridiculous thing like marijuana, I don't think anybody should be getting a 5-year suspension, especially a guy at his age. You know, that's a career ender. So his career is pretty much over, which sucks because I would have loved to fight him. And you know, I think the real problem is the performance enhancing drugs. We need to suspend these guys who are taking these bad steroids that are, you know, increasing their athletic ability, that are able to hurt people, you know. I'm not worried about fighting Nick Diaz if he's smoking weed before. You know, I'm not worried about that. I want to shut down these guys that are taking testosterone and whatever else they're doing, you know. Those are the guys that should be punished.
Max, do you want to address that?
Yeah, you know, I just had an awesome interview with MMA Junkie before we came over here, so check that out. But, you know, you don't see no one smoking weed and start flying around and having superpowers, you know. It's total bullshit. So, you know, a 5-year expansion, a 5-year person should be a person taking PEDs. You guys got to understand, when I go in there and a guy is on PEDs or steroids, he can potentially kill me. And that's someone on weed who's probably... I actually am amazed how Nick has so much cardio smoking, you know. It's freaking... Shouldn't it destroy your cardio? So it's... I don't agree at all. It's a bunch of bullshit. Let's get the guys who's on steroids and PEDs, let's get them suspended.
Do you want to address this, Ben?
I think Max and Rory summed it up pretty well. Andrei didn't have much to say, so I'll just speak for him and I. I'll sum it up, and I'll just say it's absurd. That's what happened. We like watching him fight, and 5 years is ridiculous. And I hope that through the fans' help, we're gonna help reduce that or make some changes to it. And there's some people that have done some things a lot worse, and they got a lot less time. So, you know, hopefully common sense will prevail in this whole thing, and we'll get it fixed.
Thank you for posing that question. We're going to come straight back to you. By the way, there's not a queue behind you. Guys, once again, please form a queue. We want to take as many questions as we can. But Ultimate Fighter T-shirt man.
Hey, my question's for Andrei Arlovski. So you had a pretty good run in the UFC, which ended back in 2008, and now you're back in a big way. I was just wondering, how do you rate the talent in the heavyweight division now compared to what it was back in 06, 07?
It was tough, now it's even tougher. And I'm very excited. I'm part of a heavyweight division, big UFC family, and I'm very excited about my coming up match. I'm sorry, Ben. I'm gonna fight Stipe.
Is that public?
Boo for me or for him or for Stipe?
Andrei, just to build on that question, in terms of where you are in your career at the moment, physically, mentally, are you better than you were back then? Is it more experience that helps you in the octagon?
Yeah, I was younger when I was a champion. Now I'm like 36, but I still got fire in my eyes and ready to go. And right people around me right now. My family support me 100%, and everything great.
Fantastic, thanks. Another question? Far away.
Yeah, sorry, just one more for Andrei as well. Given that Stipe was obviously taken out of the fight with Ben Rothwell, was there ever even half a conversation, you know, since you were coming over, that maybe you might step in at short notice and save the fight?
Actually, I said yes. I did want to fight Ben in a 2-week short notice, but I spoke with my trainers and my management team. They said, "Are you out of your mind or what?" So he's tough, no doubt, and of course it's a good point to fight Ben, make some money, but I can lose a lot. So that's why I have to listen my coaches, my trainers, and maybe we're gonna fight in the future. Who knows?
Thanks.
I got a question.
Teeny bit closer. If not, you can take this one.
Is it on? We good? All right, we're good. So I got a question for everybody. So the guy that pulls out supposed to fight this weekend's not here, and you know you heard the news they're gonna fight. But really, let's know, who would you rather see fight, Stipe and him, or me and Andrei fight January 2nd? Andrei is a warrior. He 100% would have fought me this weekend, but let's be honest. He said, you know, it's not fair to him to take the fight on a week notice. But January 2nd, it gives us plenty of time to be ready, and I know we'll give the fans a show. So,
as we know, in good times and in bad times, anything can happen. It's a long time until January in mixed martial arts. So thank you for your question. We're going to come back to you, sir. Your name and your question.
My name's Eugene. I'm from Armagh. Rory, I was just wondering, how do you recover mentally from a fight like that?
I didn't have to recover at all. I'm more hungry than ever. It's pushed me, you know, further. You know, it's made my blood burn. You know, like I just want to fight more. I want to fight every weekend. It's made me very hungry.
Thanks.
And again, I'm just going to build on that as we're covering. Are you looking for the third fight with Lawler? Is that on your agenda, or are you just more interested in getting the belt, whoever holds it?
No, I'll fight him again. I'll fight him all the time.
Great answer. Gentleman there with a flag.
Yes, Union Jack.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Come on.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. There are English fighters on the card too. Your question.
Hi.
What they're asking, who are you? That's what they're asking. They want your name.
Hi, my name's Kay. I'm obviously from England. You guys are all great fighters, but I wanted to know, who inspires you guys? Who are your favourite fighters, whether it be in mixed martial art or boxing? You know, what fighters motivate you and inspire you as fighters?
We're going to start with you, Ben, as you're close. I mean, thinking back, or even at the moment, were there people who got you into the sport or still inspire you in the sport?
Well, like, it's fights that inspire me. Like Rory's fight with Robbie, that's something like, he caught my attention. That inspired me. A fight like that, win or lose, these guys are warriors, and that's a hell of a fight. The last fight was Cormier and Gus Davison. I mean, what a war! And when I see two men go out and put everything on the line, that's an inspiring fight to me. So.
Okay, Max.
Hello. The fighter who inspired me was Jens Little Evil Pulver. He was a bad man, and I still think so. He's a bad man.
Changes all the time for me. There's always great performances, great fighters coming up, so it always changes. Lately, I've been watching a lot of Roy Jones Jr. and getting a lot of inspiration from him. So that's currently who I've been watching.
Back a few years ago, when I just started my MMA career, I enjoy watch fights, boxing matches, Tyson, Arturo Gatti, Gianni Tapia, and Ben, he's absolutely right. When Corey fought Ravi Lawler, it was a great fight. So it's just, if you want to watch fight like this, every time you want to be better and better. So hopefully I'm going to show a good performance on January 2nd.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the question. And we're going to come back to you in the cap. What's your name and your question?
All right, guys, my name's Nick. I'm from Galway in the West. Cheers for all making the effort. First thing is to say something to Andrei. That time you were in the World Series of fighting and you had your UFC gloves on, that was hilarious. It was just...
It's World Series of fighting putting those gloves, not me.
Oh, and my question is for Ben is, over the last year and a half, year or so, you've become a lot more animated, theatrical, louder. Is this something you've taken and realized you've seen other guys like Chael and Conor McGregor get more fights, you know, or get bigger fights and stuff like that, and from being louder and just stepping up and speaking more? Is this something you sat down and kind of thought about and said, I need to do something more?
Honestly, it wasn't, I mean, you see that and it's like, okay, it's working for him, but me, it's just, I just decided to come out and start being myself. I mean, really, it's as simple as that, and that's what's happening, and I think that's why I'm performing so well. I've been my own worst enemy for in the past, and you're finally getting to see what I can do, so.
Cool.
Thank you.
Okay, straight back across. Please step up. What's your question and your name? Where are you from?
My name is Daniel. I'm from Iceland. My question is for Rory. Would you like to fight Gunnar Nelson in London this February?
Yeah. That'd be good too. They've been telling me it's Hector Lombard, but you know, Gunnar would be a great fight too. Love that.
Imagine that, a guy from Iceland asking a gunny question. Arsenal fan. He's wearing the shirt, don't boo me. Far away. What's your question, my friend?
How's things? My name is Ali from Galway. I have two questions. One for Rory, the future champion. What are the chances of GSP returning?
My guess is as good as yours, to be honest. I really don't know. I know.
Man, inside tracer.
Yeah, this is the inside. I don't know shit. So.
Okay, and my second question is to Max. When you and Conor do a rematch, how's it going to go?
We see what happens, you know. You guys can talk all the shit you guys want. The last time we fought, someone took someone down, and it wasn't me.
Okay, thanks for coming out, lads.
You also went 3 rounds. He went the distance with Conor, so it's going to be a good fight if it ever happens. That is Will. Go for it. Far away. What's your question?
Will from Scotland here. I'm a huge fan of up-and-coming talent, and I just wanted to know from your guys' gyms, what guys are coming through. One guy that will come through from your gym in the next few years.
Okay. We can start at the end. If it's not in your gym, is there someone you've been watching or someone you've seen who you were excited by?
I'm very excited about Holly Holmes. She's going to fight Randa. It's going to be, I think, a great fight.
How do you see that one going?
I don't know. We'll see. Holly, she's tough. She's trained hard, and she took that fight serious, and it's going to be a great fight.
Okay, Rory, anyone at TriStar?
Recently, Sage Northcutt came to our gym, and he has a very bright future. Also, a guy I work with a lot is Tom Breeze. You guys will be watching him tomorrow. He's a very good fighter, and I see a very bright future for him.
Just briefly back to Sage. We had a lot of questions on Twitter when we put it out for people to tweet in their questions, and a lot of people asked and wanted to know from you, having had him at TriStar, does the hype and the talent match each other? He's very hyped, Sage Northcutt, but is he that talented? Can you tell at this point?
Well, Sage is very, very talented, very athletically gifted. And he's got a very good personality for martial arts. You know, he's always smiling in the gym, always asking questions. You know, he's there to learn. He's not thinking that he's better than everyone because he's got a little bit of hype. You know, he's got a great attitude and, you know, obviously great athletic base. So I think he could go very far if he continues to work hard and performs in the cage.
Okay, thank you. Max, either at your gym or, you know, generally, who's been catching your eye as talent?
You know, I got a guy from my gym, my main training partner. His name is Lauren Tynanis. And go give him a follow on Twitter, man. He's the next big thing coming.
Okay, call him out. What's his name one more time?
Lauren Tynanis.
You heard it here first. Ben.
So if you're not sure, Rothwell MMA, it's my gym in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and I've been blessed to have a group of guys, a group of local guys that have got behind me and helped me with the gym, and through that I've developed some incredible training partners. They've become good cornermen and everything like that. And the highest guy in there, he's in the room, Mr. James Boknovic. Stand up, let the world see who you are, my man. He's not in the UFC yet, but he's on his way. So you'll see him again soon.
Again, one more time, give us his name so we can keep an eye on him.
James Boknovic.
Fantastic, thank you. Lovely. Another question, go for it.
I just want to say all the best to Stevie and Rob. On behalf of Scotland, you're doing us proud. And the Severe MMA boys, knocking it out the park here in Ireland.
Thank you. We're going to go across to you. If I could ask, have your question ready. We're going to speed up a teeny bit because we've got weigh-ins in less than an hour. So your question, sir.
Yeah, my name is Sören from Germany. This is for Ben. So if you're not stepping up for Stipe in January, would you be interested in fighting Frank Mir? And what do you think of him?
So I made it clear, I'm trying to call out the top. I'm calling out Junior. On this planet, period.
It's more or less the same question for Max and Andrei. Do you think next if you win your next fight?
But if after that fight they decide to make again Ben Rothwell, I will be more than happy to fight Ben.
Yeah, like you said, man, whatever UFC wants, man. Whatever UFC wants, you know, they give me a call, I'll be ready. But I got a task in front of me in December 12th, and that's Jeremy Stevens, so he got all my attention right now.
Okay, thank you.
Just a quick one on that. If you get through Jeremy Stevens, and we've obviously got December Conor versus Jose.
Yeah, right here. He don't even have to finish this question. If Conor gets you Aldo and I beat Stevens, I'll come back Ireland and we can fight inside that little soccer field that he want to fight in.
You've been asked that before. We're going to go straight back to this guy in front of me. Go and fire away, the white and black T-shirt.
Yeah, how you doing? I got two questions. UFC 194, as you said, is right around the corner. Conor versus Aldo. What are your guys' prediction on that fight? And then also, what do you guys think should happen if, say, Aldo gets his period again and pulls out and decides not to fight again?
Okay, so a result, and also if for whatever reason Aldo doesn't show up, I guess interim or full champion.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, Ben.
So all right, if you didn't know, before he fought Chad Mendes, I said McGregor was going to win, and I'm going to go with that prediction again, and it's whatever round he says it is. So,
Max.
You know, I don't know. You know, we see how the IV band treats both fighter, but I know there's a Hawaiian on that card that's willing to take the fight.
I pick McGregor.
And the deciding vote.
I'm really bad for predictions, but definitely it's going to be an interesting match, and I really don't know who's going to win that fight. I explain why. When McGregor fought Mendes, he wasn't really that good on the ground, so I don't know.
but I swear I seen you said Aldo. I thought, didn't you?
Somebody hears that I said Aldo, said it's going to be a great match. I don't know who's going to win.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, guys. Okay, I'm gonna. I know it's maybe not right, but okay, I'm gonna say it Aldo. Okay, whatever.
Anyway, thanks for your questions. We're going to see you after the weigh-in. Thank you for your question. We're going to go back to you in the white, sir. Your name, who the question's for, where you're from.
My name is Jacob. I'm from Dublin. My question is, do you guys have any tips for amateur fighters out there?
Don't boo him. He's the future of the sport. Amateur fighters. I mean, you train young fighters. If you're an amateur fighter, what kind of things should he be thinking about?
You got to go first. You got to find the right gym. Go find a gym that has, guys that are fighting the UFC. That are, have guys that are being successful. Just don't go find some, whatever gym with some guy that's saying some nonsense. Go find a coach that actually has maybe fought in MMA, first of all. Doesn't always mean everything, but it's a good place to start. Or find a coach that has successful fighters. That's the first step. Find a good gym, and you'll find the rest of your way.
But I don't know. I disagree with this guy. I came from a garage. And I'm sitting in front of you guys now. So it's all about self-belief, man. Believe in yourself. They're going to have a lot of haters on the way telling you can't do it, even your own family members. But it's how much you believe in yourself. Put in the work, put in the time, and get it done.
I would say have an open mind to learning new techniques, but at the same time, when you apply new techniques, apply it in a way that expresses yourself and in your fights. Express yourself through your fights and through the techniques that you've learned.
Andrei, I'm going to change the question up a teeny bit for you at the end. If you could say something to yourself 15 years ago when your career was younger that you know now, what would you try and...
When I'm not that old, first of all. And secondly, I wish at that time I was more hungry, more disciplined, and more focused.
There we go. Discipline, hunger, focus. Thank you for your question. Back to you. Now, you've also got a flag on.
Yeah.
What's your name and your question, my friend?
Jack from Dublin. I've got a question for Rory. With the Lawler and Conde fight, do you want to sit out and wait to see what happens, or take a fight with Tyrone Woodley or someone?
Definitely not sitting out. That's not for me. I want to get in there and fight as much as possible. I'm not waiting anymore for title shots or anything like that. If it happens, and it happens, that'll be fine. But I need to fight more actively. That's what I like to do. But Tyrone would be fine. Anybody in the division or middleweight, I'll fight. Doesn't really bother me. And it looks like Hector Lombard, though, is the next fight.
Rory, can I get a picture afterwards, please?
Yep.
Yeah, thanks a million.
Yep.
Thank you. Back to you, sir, with... Is that a hat? That's a hat.
It is a hat. How's it going? I'm Scott from Wicklow. My question is to all the fighters. What's the most surreal moment you've actually experienced since getting fame from being in the UFC?
The most surreal moment, or the craziest moment? Andrei.
I did first 2 times in a row.
We're gonna settle this like gentlemen. What do you want? If you say he won, He's 6'4". He won. You won. You're 6'5". You both win. You first, Andrei. I don't care. This is the most surreal moment in his career, Rory. Rory, for you, what is there a moment, a crazy fan, an experience when you just thought, wow?
I can't pinpoint one. I think whenever young kids come up and their eyes are all lit up and stuff, I find that kind of surreal because not too long ago I was that kid, and I would see like Chuck Liddell at an event or one of these guys that I really looked up to. I was once that kid, so like being that guy now, kind of like I see the kids looking at me the way I did. It's kind of like, whoa, it's a weird shift.
Max, do you have anything? Has there been a moment for you where you've just thought, this is crazy, this is wonderful and beautiful and crazy?
Yeah, I like to do a lot of talking to elementaries and intermediates and high schools, and when you got kids in all the schools coming up to you and saying that they want to be like you, it's kind of crazy feeling, So I think just the kids coming up to you and appreciating what we do, what we do for the sport and fighting, and just being a positive outlook for the community.
Ben, we're going to come to you in a second. I just want to build on that, just about your experience. Hawaii, obviously, BJ Penn. Smolka is from Hawaii. You're from Hawaii. What's happening out there? What do we need to know about Hawaiian MMA? And also, what do you know, or can you tell us about anything with the UFC in the future in Hawaii? Because there's often talk.
Yeah, I guess we're coming, we're building a team, and it's coming out strong. And if you guys want to see an event in Hawaii, just hashtag UFC Hawaii, tag Dana White, tag UFC, and irritate the shit out of them. That's the only way you get things done, and when you hassle Dana White.
How good a weekend would that be? Ben.
I'm gonna first start with Andrei. I'm gonna kind of ask him a question about surreal moments for him. The man's won a UFC title. I'm guessing that's up there. But I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm not going to say it was the first time you fought Tim Sylvia, but the fourth time you fought him and you soccer kicked him in the face. Was that not one of the surreal moments of your life?
Only if you come down and...
No? Or was winning the title?
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Right, next question. Gentleman here with another hat.
Hell yeah. My name's Craig. I'm from Dublin. I have a question for Max. When you have the rematch with Conor in Croke Park, do you think you'll beat him?
Of course I think I'll beat him. Why the hell would I take the fight?
All right, and I just want to let you know, a few years' time I'll be in the UFC. Me and you will be duking it out for the title. Look out for me, the butcher boy, Craig O'Hara.
I'll be watching. Keep grinding, my man.
Thank you. Back across to you. And just if you want to ask questions, we've got 25 minutes left, so step up because we're going to have to pull them at some point. You, sir, in the grey and red T-shirt.
Hi, guys. I'm Rob from England. Really gutted that you're not fighting this weekend, Ben. Really looking forward to seeing you fighting. Because we're not going to see you with your hand raised, can you, on stage now, do your evil laugh that we loved earlier this year? Also, as well, for the other guys, after Ben's done it, can you do your best impression as well?
What was that? Are you going to do it? Who did it? Who just did that? Somebody else did it.
1 second.
I have to, there we go. I have to fight first. So who's going to fight me?
Come on, Andrei.
What are you going to, yeah, what? Get me going here. Well, come on, Andrei, what do you got?
Ask Dana White.
No, your laugh. Let's hear the laugh.
I smile and I'm happy to see you.
Rory, come on. What do you got?
I can't, I'm not creepy. I don't know.
Oh, is that laugh made me sound creepy?
Hell yeah!
Oh.
What are you? Do you thought it sound cool? It made me sound creepy as shit.
Thank you very much. Straight back across to this chat with the flag. Fire away your question for the guys.
Hell yeah, my name's Brendan from Dublin, and I was just asking, how do you feel about John Jones' return to UFC?
Andrei, boom, straight with you. John Jones.
It's not funny. He's tough, no doubt, and I hope he took a lesson for bad experience, and he's gonna come back as tougher and stronger than he was before. And I think he's gonna come back really soon.
Okay.
Deep inside, he's a nice guy. He's my main sparring partner, and I hope when I'm gonna be in Albuquerque, he's gonna be in gym, and he's gonna help me to be ready for the fight on January 2nd.
Rory, any thoughts on John Jones?
I'd like to see him back. I love watching his fights. That's about it. I don't really know too much about his situation, but I hope for the best for him.
Max, any views?
Yeah, I think John Jones is gonna come back and pick up right where he left off, bro. He's a special fighter. He's blessed indeed, and I can't wait to watch him. His personal life is his personal life. I hope he figured it out and come back and give the fans and fighters what they want to see, and they want to see John Jones again.
John Jones has been nothing but cool to me throughout my career, and Andrei said it best. I was only laughing because he keeps picking you first, but it is a very serious situation. Andrei knows him personally. He's a great guy, and you know, it's what makes a champion is being able to fall and come back up, and well, he's going to show us what kind of champion he is. So.
Okay, well, no, you guys probably know more than we do at this point. Did you have another question?
Could I get a picture with Ben after this?
Yeah, absolutely not. No.
Chat with the white and black sweatshirt on. Your question for the guys.
Okay, my name's Alan and I'm from England. But don't worry, one of my favourite fighters is Conor McGregor, man. I've got Irish friends as well, man. If one of us goes to war, we all go to war. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so yeah, I got a question for everyone, right?
Ben first.
Huh?
Ben first.
Okay, Ben first. How important do you think it is, yeah, for everyone's career before they get into the UFC? There's usually like criticism saying that, oh, this guy, he's beaten a bunch of nobodies before he got into the UFC. Like Conor McGregor, he was a champion in 2 weight classes before he got into the UFC, and people like look down at that and say it's bullshit, say it's nothing. Yeah. So how important do you think it is? I'm pretty sure some of you guys have been champions before you come into the UFC. How important do you think it is, yeah, before you know the records before coming into the UFC for your career?
I'm going to take one out of Max's book here. It's about believing in yourself. You know, whether you come in with a couple of fights or 20 fights, it's in you. You know, if someone's ready and they tell their coach, I'm ready, and you're winning your fights, it doesn't matter what your competition is. If you know that you're going to beat anybody, then that's what you got to go with. So.
Would you agree with that, Max?
Yeah, you know, I agree with him. You know, I think everything that happened before the UFC, it doesn't even matter, to be honest, you know, because all you guys watch only what happens in the UFC, you know, so it's, you know, go get your fights and go prove yourself when you come to the greatest organization in the world.
You know, the fights before the UFC, your amateur career as a fighter, I think it's important to get experience. You know, you don't want to come into the UFC with 2 fights and, you know, be gun shy when it's time to go, when it's here, when this is your time when you get to the UFC. So it's important that you season yourself before you get there, you know. Have some amateur fights, have a good pro career outside the UFC, get that experience, and when you're ready to come up, you know, answer that call.
Yeah, I think it's very important to have a few fights before in a smaller league before you're gonna stop in a big organization like UFC, and yeah, it's very important and smart, I think.
Okay, what I'm going to ask for timing, just so we can get as many of you through.
Thanks very much.
Pleasure. If you could maybe pose a question to one of the fighters, because I think if we keep going for all 4, not all of you guys are going to get a chance. Starting next with you, white t-shirt.
Okay, this one's for Rory then. Last week in the Irish fight, I was the first person to finish a Berimbolo on MMA, Lee Hammond, and I'm just wondering what you think of modern jiu-jitsu coming into MMA now.
Oh, it's great. Jiu-jitsu is consistently evolving, and the growth is exponential. You know, with all this popular, how popular it's gotten in the last little while. So it's very exciting to see some of these new moves get brought into mixed martial arts when guys are really trying to take your head off on the ground. So you know, I think it's great.
Right. Thanks.
Thank you, gentleman with the white and blue t-shirt. What's your name? Where you from?
First off, just shout out to Luke Bully Bear Fitzgerald, heavyweight on the come up. And question for Ben, could you do the dance right now?
I was kidding about the picture earlier. You know, I'll take a picture with I'll take a picture with this whole room. Like, I'll stick around for you guys, no problem. I will not do the dance, though, absolutely not.
So can I just ask Arlovski, is Maximus here in Dublin?
Maximus, he stay in the States, and he's going to be next week with me in Albuquerque, and he's very excited to be in the camp again.
Nice one, cool, yeah, thanks.
No problem, back to you.
Question for Rory MacDonald. What's it like training in TriStar and being coached by Faraz Sahabi and training with GSP?
Oh, it's a great experience. I feel very blessed that I was welcomed into that camp at an early age. So my experience there has been nothing but great, and you know I've gained a lot of knowledge in martial arts and you know spending time with great people. So it's a spectacular place.
All right, thanks very much.
Across to you, fire away.
Question for Max. You already mentioned about the IV ban. Is that going to affect you directly, and do you think it's good for the sport?
Yeah, you know, it's not going to affect me, you know. I used it before. It's a great way to rehydrate, but it's not going to affect me at all. I think if you got your diet at point, you'd be fine. But, and yeah, you know, I think it's right for the sport, you know. I found out the reason why they took it out. They took it out because there's a way to mask certain PEDs and steroids and stuff. So, hey, that's great, you know, anything that can help even the playing field so I can go out there and perform at my best and know that the other guy's not cheating me out. So that's awesome.
Cheers.
Okay, straight back across with you.
What's up? Take it away from all this fighting, because they're all so violent. But, and I can't ask all four, so Ben, if you had to be a cartoon character from your youth, who and why? I will be IR Baboon, because I'm such a goofball.
A cartoon character from your youth, who would you be and why? It's a good question if anyone wants to jump in.
Come on. I'll be Scooby-Doo. Why? Damn it, Andrei. All right, real quick, I was gonna throw this out there, just to break the ice here. Anybody interested in a shirt before we leave? Stick around. I brought a bag of shirts. I'm gonna throw them out to you, so stick around.
You, sir, you're up.
How you doing? My question is for Rory. GSP, you've always said you wouldn't fight him. If he came back and somehow got the belt before you, would you move straight to middleweight, or would you stick around at welterweight and try and get that belt?
From what we've talked about, he's not coming back for the belt. He's coming back for the odd fight, I think, that interests him. If he comes back. Okay, keep it in your pants. Yeah, I don't know if he's coming back, but as far as I know, if he does, I think he's more interested in like super fights and whatnot. So
go get that belt, Rory.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
If or when. Gentleman here at the microphone, red top.
Ben, my man, the big fight tomorrow was you and Stipe, and it didn't happen. But it could have happened. But I asked Andrei there at the sign-in there, why didn't he take the fight? And he said, look at the size of that bad motherfucker. You know? But the question is actually for Max. Max, I'm a big fan. The last time I was here, I tipped Cub Swanson to hold the title at this stage, where it shows how much shit I know. But does it have any effect on you that, I know Conor beat you, but the fact that he had an injury through the fight as well, what impact does that have on your own aspect of the fight?
You know, I didn't complain, but I had an injury in the first 30 seconds of the fight that made me not be able to move the way I wanted to move. And then with his injury, he so-called like to punch people in the face and knock them down. He actually took me down. He got injured on the ground when we was on the ground. So I don't know what you guys are talking about and left hand or whatever.
He clearly had an injury and he was out for quite a long time after that. What injury did you have yourself?
I hurt my ankle. I hurt my ankle pretty bad. I had a high and low sprain.
Okay.
Hey, you were pretty funny. I think you won a shirt, though. Come down here, guy in the red. Go ahead, come down right down here. You want a
Guy in
shirt?
the red.
Yeah, right here.
In fact, it would be cool if you took it from Max. I just think that would be... No, takes it from you. Thank you. Good luck with the weight cut to 145. Up there, my friend, far away.
All right, it's Barry for Scotland. Just a couple of questions for my pal Max there. First of all, if you've got all your money on a fighter for tomorrow, who do you put it on? And second, sorry to interrupt you. Coming from a fight against, how's you pick your morale up after getting beat by a man with one leg?
What is that called? Well, I was on one leg before him, so we both was on one leg. And
so you say
if you want to put all your money, put it on the Hawaiian Louis Smoker.
That's dirty.
I think he disagreed. I'll translate. That was a disagreement. Far away, gentleman with the T-shirt, holding the phone.
How's it going? I'm Paul, I'm from Meath. I have a couple of questions for Rory. Yeah, we like Meath, do we? Okay. Rory, it was cool seeing you compete on Metamoris, and if you were doing it again, who would be your dream matchup?
Anyone. I mean, there's lots of great
don't see no
grapplers out there.
defense,
Someone bigger though. You know, I that was kind of like he was smaller than me, so I would rather. He was way better at jiu-jitsu, so I guess it evened it out. But I would like to compete against someone my own size, and you know, that's a expert grappler. Would be a cool test.
Okay, cool. Second question. We're all gutted about Joseph Duffy being out injured. Between you and me, who did it? Was it you?
And everyone else.
I won't tell anyone.
I'm not gonna throw anyone under the bus. Sorry.
Thanks.
Okay, gentleman holding a child.
My name is Ella, and this question's for Ben. And my favorite. What's your favorite thing about? What's your favorite thing and your least favorite thing about fighting?
What's my favorite thing about fighting?
Yeah.
The fact that I get to meet fans like you. You just won a shirt.
Thank you.
Come get your shirt. And I like knocking people out. So.
Far away, you, sir.
My name's Danny. It doesn't matter where I'm from. But,
Brackets, England.
this one's for Rory. Can I just get your prediction and what you think of Condit and Lawler?
You know, I fought both of them. They both beat me, and from what I've seen in there, when my time with them, they both have an iron will, and I think that makes for a great show. So I'll definitely be watching, and you know, I just want the best man to win.
Okay, thanks.
You, sir.
All right, I'm from Scotland, and I'm just want to know what you all think about the current lightweight Stevie Ray, and do you think he's got potential to be a champion?
Well, I train with Stevie, and yeah, he's a great fighter, and he's been helping me at the gym at TriStar, and you know, I have high hopes for him in his career.
One more question. I see there's a bit of beef between Ben and Andrei,
Why would you think that? I love the guy. He's
just want to ask if you could have a little arm wrestle in front of the crowd.
You know, I was thinking arm wrestle, that skill's right there, and there's a fight open tomorrow. Why don't we do that?
Well, Max, I'm not going to ask you. I'm just going to tell you, can you get off your seat so they can have a little arm wrestle on your stool?
And who better to referee the arm wrestle than Stipe Miocic? No, I'm joking. He's not. He's not. We've probably got time for 3 more questions, maybe 4 if we're quick. So if we can go for you, sir.
How's it going? I'm Ross from Dublin. My question's for Max. Oh, thanks. Max, do you feel you missed out on the sweepstakes in the UFC 194 weekend? You know, Mendez Edgar, Aldo McGregor, and then you're left with Jeremy Stevens. His last 2 losses are your last 2 wins.
And I mean, it is what it is, you know. UFC give us the fights, and we just gotta take them, you know. I'm not gonna complain. UFC got a plan, and you gotta trust it.
And just follow up, Ben recently, Big Brown, Brendan Schaub retired from UFC. Yeah, we all love the Big Dick Bandit. Just a quick question. Has the UFC Reebok deal affected your sponsorship pay and maybe the guys across the board?
Yeah.
I would just say yeah for all four of us.
I make less money.
No, but it's great, man. Reebok, yeah, you want a shirt? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, well, I'm coming out.
You know what? We've got time for not many more questions, so let's just crack through. Let's have 3 more. Come on, keep going. Mr. Blue T-shirt.
Hello, I'm Mike from the Isle of Man, and my question's to Rory. Can you tell me the importance of walkout music, and what would be your worst walkout song that you've had?
Worst walkout song I had was MC Hammer Can't Touch This.
So why did you choose that song then?
I didn't choose it. Someone had my old phone number, and UFC contacted that number for entrance music, and he pretended to be me and gave that as my entrance. And no, it doesn't make a difference. Entrance music doesn't make a difference. I mean, I've come out to cool songs and then got my ass kicked, and then that fight in particular, I went out and knocked the guy out in the first round, so it doesn't make a difference.
Also, I just want to say, John, that I do the podcast with, fights tomorrow night in Middlesbrough. I just want to wish him good luck.
Good luck, John. You, sir.
How's it going, lads? Just wondering now, how do you think CM Punk will do in his debut? The best in the world.
Who's he fighting?
Don't know yet, but sure.
I don't know.
One more quick thing. How do you think Brock Lesnar, if he came back, would do in the heavyweight division? Would he beat you, Andrei?
Very excited. If he's gonna come back, I wanna match with him.
I'd say kick your ass, but that's just me.
Does he win?
Young man.
Does he win a T-shirt for?
The beast.
We're going to go for you. Quick.
This one's for Rory. Just wondering, on Rogan's podcast, you said that you wanted to train with Conor McGregor. Have you done that yet, or?
Yeah. We had a light training session, and that was about it.
Okay, good.
You, go. Sorry, I was distracted.
Okay, I'm Fabrizio from Milano, Italy. And we travel for the UFC. All the time we travel. And I want to say to Andrei, a rematch against Fedor Emelianenko, how could sound now? Would you accept?
Maybe I don't understand something, but from my understanding, Emelianenko, he's not in the UFC, right? And I'm not sure if he's gonna be in the UFC anytime soon. But if somebody gonna propose me to fight Emelianenko, of course, I'm like Nike, just do it.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your question. We've got time for 2 more.
How's it going? My name is Dean, I'm from Kilcool. Since you're in his hometown, can I ask your honest opinion on Conor McGregor's ability inside the octagon and his ability to talk outside of it?
To keep it short, we know he can talk outside of it. Let's think about his ability in the octagon. So your general views.
You know, he is what it is. He's getting the work done. He's doing his work, so you gotta respect the man.
My man.
Ben, any thoughts? Let's keep rolling. Back to you with the white shirt, and we're going to end with the gentleman suitably with, is that a green jumper? Yes. A perfect way to end. So you with the white shirt, green jumper, then we need to wrap things up.
Yeah, forgot to ask. Do you have any spare tickets?
You forgot to ask. Yeah, they're down at the box office. If you want to pick them up, you know, they might ask you for money. Back to you with the green shirt, green jumper to wrap us up. Apologies to you two, we can't finish off. You, sir, with the green, make it a cracker.
Hi, my name is Gus Davidson, and I just want to say, hey Ben, what's going on, baby? I want to say thanks first of all to Ben for coming all the way over on his own purse, so fair dues. I'm just going to give this to the 4 fighters. This fight is never going to happen in public. It will sell pay-per-view views to beat the band. We need 1 name answers from each 4 of you, okay? 5-round fight, 5-minute fight, 1 round, Lorenzo or Dana?
Lorenzo versus Dana, 1 5-minute fight. Do you want to know the outcome and how it ends, or
Not
just
at all. Not at all, just the name. You're stuck for time, you're stuck for time.
who wins, Lorenzo or Dana?
Lorenzo.
I think this is not politically correct question.
Have you guys saw Lorenzo lately?
We've seen him,
He
yes.
looks like the fucking thing. He's big.
No, we're not saying we're not saying he has
crazy.
to pass a test or anything, okay? I'm just saying who's gonna win, okay?
Lorenzo.
Okay, we got it.
What are you going for, Ben?
Double knockout.
A laugh is the best way to end it when you're in Dublin. Guys, I'm sure you'll join me in thanking these boys. They took their time out for us. Give it up for Ben Rothwell, Max Holloway, Rory MacDonald, and Andrei Arlovski.